Hello dear students, in this session we will see one numerical which is based on the finding losses for pre-stressed member. Okay, so in the previous session we will have discussed about the various types of losses and quantification of losses in detail. Okay, so in this lecture we are going to solve a numerical and we'll calculate the types of losses and the quantification of losses, and final is the total loss because of the pre-stressing force, okay, or the whole pre-stressing concept. Okay, so this is a numerical which is taken from question paper. A post tension pre-stressed concrete beam having simply supported span of 20 meter and cross section details as top flange 500 by 250 mm, web 150 by 800 mm, bottom flange 400 by 250 mm. The beam is pre-stressed with the 5 numbers of 12 by 5 Precinate parabolic cables with their CG at 120 mm from extreme bottom fiber stressed at a time from only one end to 1000 MPa. Okay, the pre-stressing will see one by one what is the actual problem statement. So up to this point there is a one I section is given, the top flange, bottom flange and web part dimensions have given. Then this particular beam is pre-stressed or is traced with a 5 numbers of 12 by 5 Freycinet parabolic cables. So what is meant by Freycinet parabolic cables? These are the and Freycinet system is one of the system which is used for a pre-tensioning. Okay, so 5 numbers of 12 by 5. So as we have discussed earlier, so there are, first there is a strand, then there is a group of uh, by using these 4 or 5 strands will form a one group of tendon. Okay, so the 5 tendons, 5 numbers of 12 by 5. So 12 by 5 is again 5 numbers of strands, and 12 is the diameter of that tendon strand. Okay, so this is the actual uh, uh, what we can say numbers and diameter of that particular Freycinet parabolic cables. Okay, with their CG at 120 mm from extreme fiber, and these cables are stretched at a time. These 5 cables are there, and these cables are stretched at a time. Okay, and the stressing or pre-stressing force is applied from only one end to 1000 MPa. Okay, this is the 1000 MPa is the value of pre-stressing force. Okay, and the CG of the this particular parabolic cables is 120 mm from extreme bottom fiber. From bottom, it is located at 120 mm. So this is the CG of this particular cables. Then calculate the total loss of pre-stress and jacking force at the age of 100 days. If the coefficient of friction is equals to 0.3, coefficient of curvature and wave effect is equals to 0.0026 per meter length of cable. Then slip of anchorage at jacking is 2 mm, and creep coefficient is 2.4, ES is 2 into 10 raised to 5 MPa, and relaxation of steel is 1% of initial pre-stress, and assume M40 concrete is used. Okay, so this is some these are some data which we are used for calculation of various types of losses. Okay, and also these values are there in IS 1343. If it is if you can see, or if you have gone with the IS code, then you can easily know what is the range of these values. Okay, sometimes these values are not given in some question paper, so then we can use these particular values from the IS code. So we can use IS code at the time of exam also. So just go through the IS code. So using IS 1343, 1980 or 2012. Okay, will better it will be better that we'll use IS 2012. Okay, the higher version of IS code. Then according to the given dimensions, we have drawn this I section. And before starting actual calculation of losses, we'll first find out the sectional properties, that is area, y bar, moment of inertia, okay, these particular things. So area, will add up all these rectangular areas, then we'll have this final area, uh, okay. Then we'll find out the y bar, then distance of the CG from the bottom, okay. Sorry, it is from the top, 500 into 12 into 100, okay. So this is the area, and this is 200 divided by 2 will be the centroidal distance of this uh, bottom flange, okay. According to that, we'll find out the y bar, and from y bar, this is y top and this is y bar at the bottom, okay. So for finding y bar at bottom, we'll add up all the heights, that is 800 plus 200 plus 250, minus we'll subtract this y bar at the top, then we'll get the y bar at the bottom. Then from this y bar, we'll find out the I value, moment of inertia, which is calculated as BD cube upon 12 plus A H square, okay. So according to that, we'll find out this I value in mm raised to 4. Okay. Then we'll start with the actual losses calculation. This given span is 20 meter. Now a maximum loss of stress in reinforcement. Consider jacking from one end and cables are stressed at a time. This sentence is also given. Okay. So initial pre-stressing force P0 is equals to AS into FS. AS is the area of steel, Fs is the stress at the level of steel. Okay, the given beam is pre-stressed with the 5 numbers of 12 by 5 bars or cables. So according to that, we will find out this area. Okay, 5 numbers of 12 by 5 uh, cables. Okay, 12 is the number, 5 is the diameter of that particular strand, and that one bunch, okay, it will form one bunch. So like that, there are 5 bunch, okay. So 5 cables are there, okay. We'll get that area. Assume Fy is equals to 900 kilonewton per meter square. Fy means we know Fe 250, Fe 415, Fe 500. Okay, what is that? That is the characteristics strength of the steel. Okay, we will calculate FCK we know as we in concrete we use M40, M30 like that. For steel we use Fe250, Fe215. So like that, we are using there in our normal steel, in our normal concrete structure, Fe 500. Okay, so 500 Newton per mm square will be the strength, or will be the characteristic strength of that particular steel. So here we are going to use Fy is equals to 900 kilonewton per meter square, which is used. So we'll first calculate what is the loss due to friction. Okay, for this is the formula for finding loss due to friction. So these some terms are there that we have to calculate by using that eccentricity concept. So consider this diagram. Consider this diagram. So this is the beam, and this is at eccentricity, and they have given as the CG of the tendon is located at 120 mm from the bottom. Okay, bottommost fiber. Okay, from bottom, this distance is 120. Okay, and this 642 is the y bar from the bottom. Okay, so we'll subtract that and we get this value of eccentricity E, okay, as 522.18 mm. Then we will calculate the alpha. Alpha is the deflection, is equals to 2 times theta, h 8h upon L. So that value 8h upon L or 4h upon L will we have uh, discussed. If the beam is stressed from both the ends, then that value will be 4h upon n. And if the beam is stressed from one end, then that value will be 8h upon n. H is this particular height into L is the length of beam, 20 meter is given, and we will get that alpha in terms of radians. Okay, so my loss due to friction, so maximum loss of stress at other end. So this is the anchored end and this is the other end. So here we'll get the maximum loss due to friction. So that other end, maximum loss at the other end we calculate as P0 in bracket Kx plus mu alpha. Okay, P0 we have assumed, then K value is given there in the numerical, X is the span, mu is 0.3, it is also given, and 0.20 is the alpha value in radians that we have calculated here. So we will get the loss due to friction as 100.8 Newton per mm square. Okay, then we will find out the loss due to anchorage. It is very simple, loss due to anchorage, delta L upon L into ES. Delta L is 2 mm, that is also given, loss slip due to anchorage value. Okay, so this value is given, L is 20 meter, ES is 2 into 10 raised to 5, modulus of elasticity of steel. Okay, so according to that we'll find out loss due to anchorage slip. Then loss due to creep of concrete, phi m Fc is the formula. So first we will find out the Fc, stress at the level of steel. Okay, due to concrete. Okay, there is a creep due to concrete and there is a creep due to steel also. So we'll find out the Fc values, stress in the concrete at the location of steel. Okay, so this is the stress distribution diagram, and we will find out the stress at the level of steel, at the ends and at the midspan section also. Okay, so this value is at the end and this at the midspan. So here we'll get the, we know that direct and bending stress diagrams. According to that, we'll find out this is due to the initial pre-stress. This P0 by A value is because of the initial pre-stress, and this value is because of the eccentricity. And we are going to find here because of movement part we consider, but there is no eccentricity or there is a zero eccentricity at end, that's why we cannot take that value. So we have taken this movement part here. Okay, so here only P0 by A and P0 E square upon I. This is the stress distribution diagram, and we will get Fc1 at n as 8.15 Newton per mm square. Okay, then at the mid span, so we will consider the load also, dead load, which is a we will calculate as this value is given, initial pre-stress value, and this 25 is the density of concrete, so we can calculate the dead load, and from this dead load we find out the moment, WS square by 8. Okay, and since the dead load is in UDL form. Okay, so according to that we will find out the stress distribution diagram, and from that we will find out the stress at the midspan Fc2. Then we will take the average of the midspan and end stress at end. So we will get this value 6.382 Newton per mm square. Then loss due to creep of concrete, the formula is phi m Fc. Fc that we have calculated at 6.382. M is the modular ratio. So here modular ratio we can find out, or there is a one simple form, strong upon weak. Okay, so who is strongest between steel and concrete? So steel is the strongest and concrete will be the weakest. Just remember, whenever we are going to find out modular ratio for different times kinds of values, then just remember strong value divided by weak value, or strong section divided by weak section. Okay, so ES upon EC is the modular ratio, and phi is value which we have taken from IS code. If it is given, then we can take directly. Here we are not given that phi value, so we can use it from IS code. Okay, so this is the loss due to creep of concrete. EC, ES is 2.1 10 raised to 5. What is EC? EC is the 5000 under root FCK. Okay, just remember our IS 456 value. Okay, so for FCK or grade of concrete is given as 40 Newton per mm square, M40. Okay, so 5000 under root FCK is the value for EC. Okay, we'll substitute all these values and we'll get this 76.27 Newton per mm square value for loss due to creep of concrete. Then moving towards loss due to creep of steel. So we'll consider it as 1% of initial pre-stress. So 9 Newton per mm square will be the value. Then loss due to concrete shrinkage. 2 into 10 raised to minus 4 divided by log to the base 10 t plus 2. Okay, here t is the days value that is given as 100 days into years. Years we know 2.1 into 10 raised to 5. So we get loss due to concrete shrinkage. Then moving towards the main last and main loss or very tedious loss is loss due to elastic shortening. So here the cables are successively tensioned or tension at a time. Okay, so this advantage we have here. So we will going to find out loss due to elastic shortening in each cable. Okay, cable 1, 2, 3 and 4. So just loss due to elastic shortening is M into FC. So we have this formula, simple formula, but we are going to apply this for each cable. Okay? Cable 1 is tension and anchored, therefore no loss due to elastic deformation at the start. Okay, then cable 2 is tension and anchored, loss of stress in cable is given by M into FC. M here is modular ratio ES upon EC. EC will take as 5000 under root FCK, and that FC value we have calculated previously. So according to that we'll get loss due to elastic shortening in cable 2. Now moving towards cable 3, it is tension and anchored after cable 1 and 2. So that's why we'll add up the uh, loss due to elastic shortening in cable 1 and 2 in cable 3. Okay. Then again for cable 4, this cable 4 is tension after cable number 1, 2 and 3. So we'll add up these losses to cable number 4. Then cable number 5 is anchored and tension after 1, 2, 3, 4 number of cables. Okay. So we are going to add up all the uh, this we are going to add up all these values of M into FC to the consecutive cables. Okay, so we get for cable number 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then cable number 2, we are going to add up this value 3 times, cable number 3 and 4 like that. In cable number 5, loss will be 0 because it is anchored and tension in the last. Okay, so after that there is no any anchoring or tensioning part is going to happen. So that's why there will be the end at the cable number 5. Okay, therefore we find out the average loss. Average loss in all these 5 cables is at 108.23 Newton per mm square. Then total loss of pre-stress is, we are going to add up all these losses which we have calculated previously. Okay, then we'll get this value 336.21 Newton per mm square. And percentage loss, how we'll find out the percentage loss? The initial loss is or initial pre-stress is given 900. We'll subtract these losses divided by 900 into 100. So we'll get this 37.3 percentage of the loss of pre-stress. Okay, there is a 38% loss due to pre-stressing. Okay, so this is the one whole numerical we have solved here. And here what we have given is I section. They can give a rectangular box section, simple or beam section, okay, or a T section. So what is the difference, that because of the type of section will that difference will be in the section property, that is finding at the y bar, and here while finding the stresses at the level of steel. Okay, so that's the only difference because of the various type of or various shape of the beam. Okay, so, and all these parameters remaining same. Okay, if you have any doubt regarding these losses in pre-stress numericals, you can comment in the comment box. Okay, thank you.